Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully everybody's doing okay. Busy looking day today, a lot to get through. We've got a kitchen to go and strip out for a builder for a start. This job's a little bit out of the way, to be honest, but it's a builder who do a lot of work for. I think we've just got to disconnect the gas and disconnect the cold supplies and try and get them out of the way. I think they're knocking the wall down. They've built like a bit of an extension at the back. We will have that job to first fix at some point, and then we've got to try and get it back across that toilet job and get them finished. That job's being handed over tomorrow, so if we don't get it done today we'll have to finish it off tomorrow. It just depends how long the first job takes, really. So yeah, I won't waffle on any longer and we'll crack on with it. Things you hate to see when calling to a roof space. That. It's going to take somebody's knee out, that is. That's where the gas tees, but I don't know if it's having another gas hob, so for the time being, so they can strip out, I'm just going to cap it here. They've run 22mm across. Neat is that way, boiler's that way, this is the whole supply. I'd probably be tempted to solder that when I find out what's going on. I might even remove that branch, but if I need to reconnect it, it'd be easier for me to just take the compression off. Can anybody tell me what's special about this installation? You don't really come across this very often. To be fair, there is a little bit of a clue. I've hidden that bit so you can't see it, but yeah, it's a medium pressure supply. Don't see it very often, not around here. We've got a vent pipe going down. That job took way longer than it should have done. It's already 20 to 11. I gave them a hand to rip all the kitchen out and help load some of the skip up. We're taking them walls out, but they've got the bifold doors are coming in this afternoon, so they needed to get done, so I thought it was only fair to give them a hand for a little bit. I've got to get to that toilet job because the job is being handed over tomorrow, so I need to try and get that pushed along a little bit. I've still got the 6 pans to fit, all the things to cut out, so it's a fair bit to crack on with there, but I should have a fair crack at it this afternoon. And I've always got tomorrow anyway. Tomorrow I was going to do all my heat recoveries being delivered for a job, which you might not have seen yet depending which order I've put the videos out. So I need to take delivery of that, and I could always drop onto that tomorrow as well. So I've still got plenty in. Next week I've got an underfloor heating job to do, which the screeds go down on Friday, so I've got all week to get that in. It won't take me all week, there's only probably a day and a half there. But I've always got the heat recovery as well, so yeah, plenty coming up anyway. But yeah, I need to stop waffling and crack on because we are a little bit away from this job now. So this is where we got to last time. I've got all the cisterns on the wall this side. The cisterns are all next door piped up. So I've just got these two. I'm going to hard pipe these, I'm not going to use flexes. I've got all the panels to cut, and then I've got 6 pans to fit. So that's what we're going to crack on with this afternoon. I'll probably just cut these off and then just bend up. I'm going to use service valve tap connectors, so these shouldn't be too bad. These bottom plinths I've got to cut out, and then I'm going to have to use, this one will be a straight pattern connector, and then they'll be offset next door as it goes across because we need to get a fall on it. So yeah, we'll crack on. Potentially I could have used flexes on these, but I do have a pipe bender, and I think a bender is always better than something that's technically replaceable. So I'm literally just going to bend up. Quite a big bend. Are we anywhere close with it? That's the $50 million question. No, we're actually not too far out of that. that's the first one done. I'm not going to show you all three of these because they're virtually the same, but I just think that bend will last a lot longer than a flexi. So I've got to cut the bottom bit of this out so the pipe sits all the way down, if that makes sense. So just work out the centre of that. We are 240, so 120 centre. This will be hidden by the pan anyway, because it's a little pan. And that's one I already cut out. So we're just going to use that as a template. Now this is trespass, so it's the only thing you can cut this with is a metal blade in your jigsaw. So we just cut something like that, and that will allow that to sit down. Pan connector. We like Puri pan connectors. Now these are the pans we've got to fit. These are the ones that came out, so they are second hand. I need to clean the silicone off the bottom, but I'm just going to see how much I need to shorten this pan connector by. And we need to go back. So the spigot there. Spigot's there. Pan connector. That's got the pan connector fully pushed onto there, so we've just got our flush pipe to set up now. Once I've got one of these, they should all be the same in theory, because I've done all the cisterns at the same height. So yeah, the first one's always the hardest, and then you just sort of do them all the same in theory. Probably should have cut the silicone off first. To screw the pan in, I'm just going to screw through it after. So you've got a washer on there, tapered edge into the nut. I never think that washer is very substantial, but I never seem to leak on these ones. And then we've got a flush pipe cone. That's it, that's the first one all done. We just need to screw this down, drop the panel on, and then we'll have to drill for the push button. It's when you drop the panel on and then you can see across the top because you cut too much out. Did it once where I forgot to take off for the plinth. You really don't want to make a mistake on these because that trespass is so expensive and it's all special order. So you probably won't see it for 6 weeks. Anyway, yeah, that one's fine. This will require a silicone bead round when we're all done as well, around the bottom. We can still get our head in here and our hands to check everything. I haven't got the water on yet because I haven't piped these systems up. So I'll drop onto them next and then we'll get everything tested. This one won't need a bigger bend on it. I might just be able to do it with a kick across, maybe, I don't know. Just repetition, just doing the same thing over and over again. Using offset pan connectors. If you imagine, we started at the highest points, that was a straight pan connection, and then we stepping down. Now they used to do ones that just like used to kick in, but they don't seem to do them anymore, or I can't get them today. So that's an offset. I think it's a 45mm offset, I can't remember now, but I'm hoping that one will do this one. I've maybe got some different ones in the van. But yeah, I'm sure they used to do like a swoopy one. You never quite know with pan connectors how it's going to go until you're like face to face with the job. So that's looking pretty good. So in theory, if we cut 90mm off this and 65mm off the other bit, it should be exactly the same as the other one. And if it's short, I'll curse. You can buy these anyway, it's not the end of the world. It'd be annoying. I'll probably move the cistern. Another one down, another one bites the dust. I'm getting good at this now. That one only took about 10 minutes. Just got to go around the other side, on the back side of this, and do exactly the same. And then we'll go around at the end, do all the buttons and all the fixings. I would be fixing them down now, but I haven't got my SDS drill in. So I'll just go around at the end of it. I can't be bothered to go to the van. The van's parked like right across the other side. Lazy, I know. I'll do it. We are on to the last one. I'll just go around and make sure I've got no leaks. I can't see anything flying out anyway. All the ball valves are filling up. I'll have to go around and set all the water levels. We'll just flush test one at a time, take all the stickers off and everything then. One of them next door is not shutting off for some reason, I'll have to have a look at it. So give all these a good flush test. I see water, it's not good. For some reason my rubber had flipped over on that one. Not the end of the world. I'll dry that off, flush it a few times and we'll check them all. There's one thing, at least all the water levels are set in them. All bone dry. I've been flushing them all about 5 times just to make sure, but that one's not turning off for some reason. Clipped in, the flush valve washes on. They only clip into the bayonet. That ain't very good, is it? It's not shutting off. It's better than it was, but it's still overflowing, that is. I thought it should come off. I think we are okay now. what I've done is I've flipped the washer inside the thing. I don't know whether it was just a bit of dirt on it or I don't know, but it's not overflowing, so I think we're good. What I'll do is I'll keep my eye on this one as I'm going around. I'll flush this one a few times, make sure it is not overflowing, because if that overflows it's just going to, you know, use loads of water, which is a waste of the environment, it's a waste of money and everything else, and it is brand new, so there's no reason why that shouldn't seal off. I think I'm just going to put the flush buttons about there, so it misses that clip and it misses the seat. Straight in there, I think that'll be fine. I'll do them all the same, get all them drilled, and then I'll get all these pans fixed down. I'm not sure if I'm going to be siliconing up today, or if I'm even doing the silicone up, because the decorator's not finished. It's just going to make a mess of my silicone. The job is being handed over tomorrow though, so I either need to finish in today or tomorrow. Perfect. Them panels are an absolute pain. My drill bit's not the sharpest in the world. I think I got away with one there, because as I drilled that, it chipped, but it just covers. If I move it down to the bottom. I didn't really do anything wrong there. Anyway, it covers, you'll never see it. No, you can't tell. Well, you can't see it, that's why. When you fit these, you want to try and keep the air tube as short as possible. So I've just used the blue one on that. I know they give you a blue and a clear. The problem is if you leave it full length without shortening it, what can happen is it can leave air in the tube and leave the flush valve slightly like lifted up a little bit, and then it can look like it's flushing all the time. So just leave the spare tubes behind, because if they ever split, at least somebody's got a spare one to use. I think that is going to be a wrap for today. I'm going to pop back here in the morning, fix all the pans down, clean everything out and get everything siliconed up. So if you've enjoyed this one, thank you so much for watching. If you could hit the like button, that would be appreciated. If you didn't hit the dislike button, I'll catch you all next time.